It's been a while since I've scoured the Terraria Discord, official forums, and Twitter for developer commentary, so I decided to search through the Relogic staff's posts for any and all comments regarding their ongoing development work on Terraria. Some of you viewers may have been the ones asking these questions, so let's jump right in after this brief review of the recent State of the Game update for March. I had a horrible stomach bug this past week, so I'm a day late and $1 short on the State of the Game, but I'll keep it brief. First, on the PC edition of Terraria, they're working on the Labor of Love update for the game, which is a bonus patch they're doing as a reward to the fan base for winning the game that big Labor of Love award on the annual Steam Awards. Here's this month's teaser. They indicate that this is just one of the quality of life improvements they're adding in this patch, which they describe as coming later this year. Pretty cool. They've increased stack sizes before, but this takes it to a whole new level. Very welcome indeed. And the Labor of Love patch will certainly arrive on other platforms too, just sometime after it lands on PC as usual. Also, this month, the console and mobile updates are the same. All of that talk about parity seems to be bearing fruit. They write, "The team remains hard at work putting the finishing touches on the upcoming 1.4.1 to 1.4.3 updates for console and mobile. We remain fully on track as of now to get this update in everyone's hands in April. We are very close to being able to submit to all first parties for approval, but we cannot give an exact launch window yet because we do not know how long or how many review passes any given company will want. That said, we are getting close. So it won't be long, guys." The update included a preview of mouse control working on a mobile tablet, so if you want to see that, I'll include a link to the State of the Game post in the video description below. Now, with the State of the Game news out of the way, let's get to those developer insights I talked about at the beginning of the video. Beginning with a question or a comment from Sarah. "Senex, please add pancakes." Okay, Senex actually responded to that with, "If I'm going to put my artists to work on something, it is going to be something cooler than food." I don't know, pancakes are pretty good. And in that same vein, a user named Yummy wrote, "Honestly, I kind of want some achievements for Deerclops. I think all the other bosses have an achievement." Senex responded to this too with, "We are adding a few new achievements." That's always good too, right? And then Senex just threw this in for good measure. "Fun fact, Eyes Super Creep redigit out." Well, that makes sense, right? With the Eye of Cthulhu being the game's first boss, that makes sense. It's obviously something that the game's creator considers creepy and scary. Weeb the Summoner writes, 1.5 when? Senex replies, "Oh my god, never. We were supposed to start Game 2 forever ago. Terraria is hard to kick. It is actually hard to not turn 1.4.4 into 1.5. So many ideas. But Game 2. You know, I'm glad they're exhibiting some discipline here, because I think I speak for most of us when I say I love Terraria, but I would also love to see where they can take things next with their experience, much larger budget, much larger staff, etc. But Weeb the Summoner was not done. Weeb the Summoner also wrote, "Is Game 2 related to Terraria in any way whatsoever? Same gameplay feel, lore, etc.? Senex replied simply with, "I don't know." It's a rather coy response. Extra Pack X writes, "I hope one day crossplay will be out. No pressure though." Senex again replied, "We really want to explore crossplay. We're getting close. Step 1 is parity." Loki also was present on social media and wrote, "A date is hard to pin down because so many moving parts to launch all platforms at once." And that's talking about the upcoming big patch for console and mobile, of course. And they've talked about this a lot, right? It's not easy for them with all these different platforms that are really out of their hands. Once they're done on their end, it's really up to the various companies like Nintendo, Apple, etc. Ronald Ruck writes, a launch window, ? Loki was there again with, you will get a window of timing, not a date yet. Too long didn't read. There are so many approval processes in play here to try and launch them all at the same time. Hard to predict. Best we can do. We cannot predict how long Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, Apple, Google, etc. will take on each. And even if one drags their feet, then, absent that, we could be more accurate. So that's what they're up against. Juice writes, what's being added? I haven't kept up with the news. Loki replied, 141 to 143 to Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, and mobile at the same time. As of today, the version being worked on is 143.2. That could change. DR will have to see if they can get 1.4.3.3 in without delays. I suppose they'll announce that closer to the time. Average Worm Boss Enjoyer writes, will there be a glowing mushroom seed? Line Force was here this time with, I can't give spoilers. And I want to say sometime in the past on Discord, the game's creator Redigit kind of gave Line Force a hard time for revealing too many spoilers. So I guess Line Force is a little more guarded now than he used to be in the past. But that's fine. Zelfdy replied with, so yes. And Line Force was back with, saying no is also a spoiler. So, a lot of discipline there from Line Force. That's it for Discord news. Terraria's creator Redigit hasn't posted there since June of 2020, so it's a bit of a dry well for him, but he has been active lately on Twitter. Goldie tweeted, hello, I have an idea that would add a little more detail to the game. When it rains, whether it's heavy, light, small puddles will grow from the ground. As the rain gets heavier, the bigger the puddles get. When the sun comes out, the puddles dry up. What do you think? Redigit tweeted a reply, and it was, I actually tried that years ago. The code for it is in the game still, but disabled. It caused a lot of problems, and in the end, I didn't think people would enjoy it. I can only imagine what kind of unforeseen consequences that code would have. No doubt, there's a reason it's not in. Zacharias tweets, could you activate it in a build and show us a screenshot? It's very interesting hearing your creative process and seeing your experiments. It got me very curious now. And the reply to that was, removing the water part was troublesome. Don't open the door and flood your basement on accident. This is a mod idea if I've ever seen one. Gabe Dude Videos tweets, is it possible for you guys to make a seed world out of the blue mushroom biome? It's my favorite biome and I thought it would be cool. The tweet in response was, I did that on accident not too long ago. Haha. Redigit also tweeted, working on something special for the brave of heart. The final seed. Yeah, as if we're going to believe that, right? Shady Cactus tweeted, this update is going to be great. Can't wait. Also, congratulations on the Labor of Love reward. You all deserve it. The response was, thanks. It meant a lot that our fans all took the time to vote for us. I won't forget it. Creatively Jake tweeted, completely random question. What was the reasoning for making Strange Plants hard mode only? Just read some people confused about that on Reddit, and I'm curious. The answer was, the dye you get is too cool to give it away without making the player work for it. And then moving on from Redigit to his wife and the game's co-creator, Senix, this tweet. Fun fact, anytime we release an update for Terraria, the day of the update, he being Redigit, puts on the 24-hour version of Nyan Cat on YouTube. That is what we listen to all day. Brutal. And that's all for now, folks. One thing I didn't mention earlier is the new wiki they've set up for Terraria and its various popular mods like Calamity. So check out the link in the video description below to see it with your own eyes. Even experienced players can benefit from a wiki, myself included. There are just so many things in the game to remember, it's really kind of impossible for even the most dedicated player to remember it all. And so it's good to have that help from time to time. It's good to see that they're supporting all aspects of the community, right down to the wiki itself. So I hope that was a fairly comprehensive update that was maybe making amends for my delayed commentary on this month's State of the Game. As I said earlier, I was quite ill earlier in the week. I feel much better now, of course. But I wanted to maybe do something a little different to keep everyone interested, and this deep dive into Discord and Twitter, etc. hopefully slaked some of your thirst for some developer commentary. So thanks for watching, everyone. It's good to be back, and I hope you're all well. So take care. See you in the next video.